Jeff Gordon mad, you're gonna know it. You're gonna feel it. I bet you've seen all these incidents before, but there's one you didn't see because it didn't happen at a racetrack. This is the story of Jeff Gordon punching a guy in the airport after the 2005 Chicago race. And before I get into this incident, first, let me give you some background on what set this up. 2005 was looking like it would be a great season for Gordon. He started off the year by winning his third Daytona 500.
I'm so stoked. Daytona 500! Yes! Woo! Yes!
Then he won again at Martinsville and a third time after dominating at Talladega. When NASCAR hit the All-Star break, Gordon sat third in the Nextel Cup points standings, tied with Greg Biffle for the most wins in the series. But at that point, something happened. The date is May 24th, 2005. The place is Wrigley Field. Jeff Gordon is here to sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" at the Chicago Cubs game, and look what happens next.
Jeff Gordon! Chicago, it's great to be here at Wrigley Stadium. You guys ready to do this?
Oh, he called it Wrigley Stadium. You can't do that.
Take me out to the ball game. Me out to
The Cubs fans are angry, and on top of that, he ain't a great singer. The boos are raining down, and Jeff Gordon is now the villain of Chicago. To this day, many Cubs fans consider this one of the worst seventh-inning stretches ever. Now, you don't want to mess around with the Cubs. At the time, this organization was going through something called the curse of the Billy Goat as they approached a century without a world championship. Would Jeff Gordon's 2005 season now be cursed from this point forward?
I'm not superstitious, but I am a little stitious.
The very next race, he crashed out of the Coca-Cola 600 at Charlotte. He followed that up with a crash at Dover, 9th at Pocono, but then a big struggle at Michigan. He finished 32nd, 3 laps down.
This was a difficult afternoon for you and your race team.
Beyond frustrating. We were just lost today.
Then Gordon has transmission issues at Sonoma, a 33rd place finish there. He manages the 7th at Daytona, but now entering Chicago, Gordon's not in the top 10 in points anymore. He's back in 13th after this string of bad races. Now, Gordon is back in the Chicago area. Have the people around there forgot what he did?
Reception you might expect.
That would be a no.
I'm looking forward to getting that Cubs curse out from underneath us, so hopefully this weekend.
But that's not the case. The Cubs curse is as strong as ever for Gordon at Chicago. A little more than 50 laps into the race, let's check in on him.
What? It's just an ordinary crabby. Oh my goodness! Squidward!
37th place. Gordon is reporting grip problems. That is an ill race car.
That car looks pretty bad right now in the corners. Jeff has got his hands full. That car is still very, very loose.
And as we're now looking around the halfway point of the race, Gordon is still hanging around 20th place with an ill handling car.
We just missed on the setup. We're working hard to get back up there.
48 to go. His crew keeps changing stuff, but it seems like they can't get anything to go right as he hangs out in the back half of the field all day. And folks, that is a place where bad things happen.
Jeff Gordon involved. Yeah, Mike Bliss.
Jeff Gordon is involved in a crash with Mike Bliss. Wait, did you catch that? NBC cut it off. Are my ears correct? Did I hear him say, "I'm gonna hurt Mike Bliss"? Whether he said that or not, that's what was fixing to happen. Take a look at the replay. Bliss decides to go 3 wide. He clips Gordon, and around he goes. Here's Gordon's interview.
You know, Mike Bliss had a lot to do with that one. There was nowhere I could go, and I'm embarrassed that we're even back there to begin with. I don't know what's going on. We just been struggling really bad. It's very frustrating, and we get up to the front, and hopefully that kind of stuff won't happen.
And we don't see what happens next, but Mike Bliss showed up at the next race with a black eye. Fortunately, all these years later, the gaps have been filled in. I'm going to paraphrase what Gordon told the Athletics' Jeff Gluck. And by the way, since there's no video of this incident, I made some drawings I made these all by myself, by the way. Gordon going to the airport with his teammate Brian Vickers. As you can see, he's still pretty upset. He hasn't cooled down yet. He tells Vickers, if I see Mike Bliss, I'm going to punch him. As fate would have it, Bliss is one of the first people Gordon sees at the airport. And in that moment, after everything that has happened, from the boos at the Cubs game, to all the bad races since then, to that day's run at Chicago where Gordon had the speed of a back marker car, all that frustration came out with a punch delivered to the face of Mike Bliss. You can hear more about this from Gordon. Again, he told this to the Athletics' Jeff Gluck. Be sure to check out his article. I've linked it in the description. What happened next? NASCAR never announced any penalties from this incident, and it pretty much flew under the radar. I did find a little mention on Speed's practice show the next week at New Hampshire.
Apparently, Jeff Gordon took exception to that after the race. That's what we're hearing.
But as far as we know, nothing else happened between the two. Gordon continued to have his struggles throughout 2005. He didn't make the chase. The only year in his career he didn't make it. The next time the series visited Chicago, Gordon made contact with Matt Kenseth, which helped clear the way for him to score his first and only win at this track. Curse broken? Maybe. Do the Chicago fans love him?
You can see the debris being thrown onto the racetrack at Jeff Gordon.
Yeah, still no on that one.